Good evening, beloveds. If you got on at 9 this morning, then what you saw was that David was on. We swapped. He swapped with me for the purposes of my... he was going to be around at 9 in the morning, and I was going to be in the doctor's office. And the good news is that with both eyes, my vision is 20/25. He did give me a prescription, but it's not necessarily necessary. And does not expect to see me for 2 years. Apparently, with my age, in my age group, we're prone to forming scar tissue. And they have a laser, and he has it right there in his office, that they can polish the scar tissue down to improve our vision. So, But like I said, he doesn't expect to see me for 2 years. He does expect me to go to my regular eye doctor. So that should be interesting. So now I get to call my regular eye doctor and go, okay, when should I come see you? So that's why it's 6 o'clock at night when I'm doing this. I'm saying good evening. I don't know what vampire I think of when I say that. It's some goody, and I even want to do the fingers. Hang on. Good evening. Something that lives rent-free in my head. All right. So, it is February 27th. Our title is, I am a co-creator with God. Our first quote is, Verily, verily, I say unto you, they that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall they do also, and greater works than these shall they do. And that is John 14:12. And the second quote is, the invisible things of God are manifested through the visible. And unless the invisible thought and desire of people is in line with the truth, their acts will fall into error. And that is Science of Mind, page 436. All right. Creative intelligence exists in everything and everyone. We are each individualized expressions of God. Since God is within us, as part of us, this makes us co-creators with the divine. Our thoughts are like seeds. Whatever we plant in mind becomes our experience. Therefore, it is important that we be a clear channel for receiving divine ideas, and we do this by maintaining constant contact with Spirit. If we are in doubt about anything, we simply ask what God would do. When we are in alignment with Spirit, our life unfolds harmoniously. We have been given the gift of choice. We can create whatever we desire. If we don't like our world, we can change our thinking. Then, from the seeds of our new thoughts, we help fashion a new experience. I am a part of universal mind. My ideas are gifts to me from Spirit. I use these ideas to create a beautiful sanctuary where peace and love exist. I am master gardener of my life. I am filled with confidence and enthusiasm. The Spirit of God is within me. I go forth with zest to accomplish the divine plan for my life. I am a joy to myself and to all others. And that is SB, Shirley Briggs. I am a joy to myself and all others. How often can we say that? I am a joy to myself and all others. I mean, the truth is like, while I don't necessarily try to be a joy, I do try and be easy, light, comfortable, comforting, peaceful to all others, including myself. So I'm struck by therefore it is important that we be a clear channel for receiving divine ideas. And we do this by maintaining constant contact with Spirit. Okay. So, our thoughts are like seeds. Whatever we plant in mind becomes our experience. Which is why it's super important then for us to pay attention to our thoughts. I've gotten away from talking about that recently because there have been other things, and the readings take me in into different tracks. But if your mind is a garden, it is a good idea to be aware, to weed your garden occasionally. Be aware of your thoughts. You don't have to worry about each individual thought. What you want to do is worry about the trend of your thoughts. And I've talked about this before, and I will talk about it again because it's super important. If you do find that you're having more negative thoughts than you are positive thoughts. And then you look around and your life is a mess and you wonder why. When you look at quantum physics, the reality is that each and every one of us live in our own world. We live in our own bubbles, and we bump up against each other, and we never really know, even people that we know very well, we don't know a whole lot about the world that they live in unless we have that conversation, the world that we live in. And so what we do then is we look around at the world, and if we don't like the world, then what are we going to do about it? Well, in some cases, we're going to take direct action, social justice action, and we are going to, go out and do things and build things and advocate for change and vote and do things like that, and we're going to, we're going to feed the hungry and comfort, heal the sick, feed the hungry, and comfort the bereft, which is what they tell us to do in the Bible. It's in bunches of places in the Bible. That is what, and so that's what we're going to do. If we look around the world and we don't like the way it's going. So those are things that we can do, but we're also going to look within, and we're going to look at the thoughts that we have, and we're going to go, okay, well, what do I need to do about these? Do I see the world as a overall positive place? Do I see the potential for good? Maybe the situation's messy right now, but do I see the potential for good? And she says we've got to we want to be a clear channel, and to be a clear channel, we have to maintain constant contact with spirit. Well, how do we do that? Spiritual practice. That's the point of spiritual practice. Spiritual practice is to strengthen our connection to spirit. Like, we're always connected, but the problem is most of the time, we have an unconscious connection with spirit. It's like, we can't disconnect from spirit. It's like stepping on a hose. A little bit of the water is going to get through. But if you get your foot off the hose, or if you, let go of the hose, unkink the hose, then a whole lot more water is going to come through. Well, that's the point of spiritual practice. To make that connection conscious, to recognize that we are in fact divine channels, that God can do through us, for us, what God can do through us, and what we want from God, we got to get out of the way of. And so if our attitude is can't, then God can't. And we got to get out of our own way. And so that is what we are searching for. That's what we are doing when we do spiritual practice. And spiritual practice looks like prayer, and it looks like treatment, and it looks like affirmation, and it looks like reading, and it looks like listening to stuff like this, and it looks like the practice of love, kindness, and compassion on ourselves and others. It looks like gifts of service. It looks like music, it looks like going to church or center, and going to study groups, and going to book studies. And that's all of that, where we consciously connect. And meditation. Did I mention meditation? I don't know. Where we consciously connect with the source of our being. Where we consciously connect with spirit. Where we go to spirit and we say, I am here. Lord, use me. God, use me. Spirit, use me. I am the channel for good in this world. Let's get on this, and see what amazing things happen. See what amazing things happen. And frequently it is about getting out of our own way and making sure that we go through and do some ruthless weeding of our garden occasionally. I was talking to a customer, she'd just come from jazzercise, and she was very sore because she'd missed the last 5 sessions. Well, I get that, because I missed 3 weightlifting sessions in a row. And so then that fourth one where I, got back at that weightlifting, my body went, oh, you haven't done this in a while. You're going to hurt. And so that's You want to do it you want to keep those muscles working all the time. All the time. And I'm talking about your spiritual muscles, your mental muscles, your emotional muscles. Practice. Do it daily, even if it's just a little bit every time. You know, I had an appointment, a doctor's appointment, and I set my alarm a little earlier to make sure that I could go out and get that time. And then I have this time set aside. So I got out and got that bike ride in this morning. And then went to my doctor's appointment. So weed your garden. If you're going to co-create, because that's what you are, you want your connection to be as strong as possible and clear as possible. And you don't need anything gunking up the line. And you definitely don't want to be kinking that hose. So what is it that you need to do? And part of it goes back to what Jesse's summer assignment last summer. Know who you are. Know who you are. Know that you are a beloved child of God. Know that you are a divine channel for love. Know that you are a co-creator. Know that you are God in action. You are spirit in motion. That sometimes you are the answer to someone's prayer. Frequently, you are the answer to someone's prayer. You just don't know it. Occasionally people will tell you, oh, you answered my prayer. Well, that's fantastic. They don't tell us that very often, though. And yet, frequently we are. So, you are a miracle. Okay. Oh, mission today. The mission today, should we choose to accept it? Well, then from the seeds of our new thoughts, we help to fashion a new experience. Oh, I don't know, Shirley. What? There she does say that I am the master gardener of my life. I'm filled with confidence and enthusiasm. The Spirit of God is within me. I go forth with zest to accomplish the divine plan for my life. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to consciously connect with Spirit a little bit more than we've been doing. All right? How much have you been consciously connecting with Spirit? A little bit more. A little bit more. Just a little bit more. And I'm not asking you to do more prayers and more meditations. No. What I'm asking you to do is to watch the thoughts as they drift across your mind and consciously think, is this in alignment with Spirit? And if it's not, weed it out. All right? And all I mean by that is just let it go. Just let it go. Don't beat yourself up about the thoughts in your head. Just focus on the more positive thoughts. Weed your garden. You're going to be a master gardener, you got to weed that garden. All right? So the goal is to maintain constant connection, constant contact with Spirit. Well, consciously. So all I'm asking you to do is a little bit more than you did yesterday. Okay. Oh, all right. And now I'm going to remind you, one of the other spiritual practices, and this counts for connecting with Spirit, is the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. It might look like making a doctor's appointment and going to the doctor. It might look like setting your alarm earlier and getting up and going for exercise before to make sure that you get it in. Or it might mean putting your alarm back a little bit and sleeping in a little bit and getting a little more rest. Whatever is loving, kind, and compassionate. I also remind you, it looks like taking a deep breath before you speak. It looks like taking a nap. It looks like taking a walk. It looks like taking care of yourself. I make absolutely no bones about the fact that this is about self-care. Being loving, kind, and compassionate with yourself is absolutely about self-care. Yep. Nope, I am clear as a bell. That is exactly what I'm encouraging you to do. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If we want to be divine channels, if we want to be clear divine channels, then we need to take care of ourselves. Love, kindness, and compassion is the way to go. I also remind you, you are your own best test subject. You get immediate feedback. Is this the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing that I could do for myself? Well, yes, then fantastic. Well, no. Then what do I need to do differently next time? Okay, it is also about making room for joy. That's why I say eat dessert first. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I come home and I come home hungry. And so I have that little square of chocolate and then I deal with food. If I can just take the edge off. So I literally do eat dessert first. Probably more often than I should admit. But I always eat a good dinner after I've had a little bit of dessert. So, and that doesn't mean that I eat dessert after. So I'm not letting myself off the hook there. It is about making room for joy, though. Your life is a special occasion. She said it in there. If we want to be a joy to ourselves and to others, then let's treat our life like the gift that it is. Our life is God's gift to us. What we do with our life is our gift to God. And it doesn't mean we need to go out and do anything amazing, fantastic, and change the world for everybody, you know. But if we go out and do something fantastic and change the world for ourselves, that's pretty good. Foster, what are you talking about? Okay. So practice on yourself. Practice. Love, kindness, and compassion. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. You also, when you do that, couple of things. One, you're creating a bank of extra. So when you meet people that need a little extra, you've got plenty to share. And it is a spiritual practice, which means this is one of the ways that you are maintaining constant connection with spirit. This is about creating a well-worn path to the source of your own being, which is the infinite source of love, kindness, and compassion. That is truth. All right, come here. And he did. You see the tail? All right. It's after I've worked the 8 hours, and so now I'm a little discombobulated. Where am I? I'm going to remind you to do something to engage your mind and your body today. I'm going to remind you to drink plenty of water. It's been in the 80s mostly for the last week. So hydration is important. And it's a little easier when it's warm because we think about it more often. But your brain works better when it's hydrated. So hydrate. It's also really good for the skin, by the way. Early in your day, bright light. There was no sun this morning. So when she dilated my eyes, she's like, do you need glasses? And I was like, no, I've got glasses in my purse, but not like I need them. It was actually pretty dark. We thought it was going to rain, and then it didn't. Disappointment. But, I enjoy a good rain. So early in your day, bright light, it's a circadian rhythm, okay? You can look it up. It's a real thing. It's about a hormone balance. That early in your day, bright light kind of resets that hormone balance. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll feel better. You'll sleep better at night. So trust me on that one. Okay. Or look it up. It's science. And then the last one is, in the words of Ernest Holmes, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you two live in heaven right here, right now. We're talking about being co-creators. We're talking about being divine channels. Okay. But everything around us is made of God's stuff, including us. You are made of God's stuff. You are made of good stuff, but you're made of God's stuff. Therefore, when we open the windows of our soul, when we learn how to create heaven for ourselves, that's the cool thing. It's a superpower. Once we learn to create it for ourselves, nobody can take it away from us. Our life gets infinitely better, even when it's messy and chaotic. And we can look at it and go, and yet, because it's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Once we've got it, nobody can take it away. Trust me. And so when we open the windows of our soul, when we do that spiritual practice, when we are in constant conscious connection with spirit, because that's how it happens, Heaven ceases to be a place and becomes any place. And potentially every place. And that's just really exciting. Okay. And you can always take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. I mean, gratitude will get you everywhere. That gratitude is a superpower as well. And an easy one to practice. Okay. What? What is out there? It's getting dark. Okay. And I think I'm at the social media where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan on the platforms that I am on. Ooh, somebody has claws and teeth and is using them. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. You can also go to our website. I just saw a text message where the YouTube links for our Sunday services are on our website now. I guess for a month. So you can go and click on the YouTube link. It'll take you to our YouTube channel. And then you can see all the fantastic stuff that's all over our YouTube channel. So take care. Please check that out. Did I say email info@creativelife.org? Because that'll get you on the constant contact. The hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want. All right. I think that's what you need to know. Normally I would do this in the morning. But I'm still going to do it because God knows when you're watching this. You could be watching this 6 months later. Here's where I encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a hey, I got really great news day, I saw things weirdly for a little while day, dilated my eyes, a take a good look around you day, a weed your garden day, a recognize that you are a co-creator day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day because you are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling in whom God is well pleased and well represented. That is the truth of your being. All right, beloveds. I'm going to stop talking because it's almost dinner time and I am hungry. But I will be back with you around 9 a.m. in the morning. Reverend David should be back to his usual 5-ish p.m. Thank you for switching with me. And take care of yourself and know that you are loved. I will see you next time.